Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are reading the introduction and paraphrase of the book, The Hiding Place, and I really have the book with me right now. I just love this book, and I just enjoy watching two different films of two different movies and all that. But one of our trips I did months ago, which you probably saw on YouTube on my channel, which was meeting the person who played Corey Ten Boom. If you have not checked that one out yet, please do. You of course will love it, and it was a new experience, and I was obsessed with her. I love all the hiding places and all the fun things. But the fun fact and the little sad part of this story, she passed away on her 91 first birthday years ago, before I was even born, so I had no idea that she existed. But I was starting to read the original Hiding book with my mom when I was in school, and I just fell in love with it. That's the first time I read the Hiding Place actual book. But this is a different coverback and different book than the actual one that I was telling you about just now. But other than that, it just made me just feel so exciting to meet the actor who played her. It was the coolest thing, so make sure to check that out. It's on my channel. It's one of my two shorts I did months into a year ago, so make sure to check that out if you have not yet checked that out. So I recommend checking that if you haven't yet. But we're going to go ahead and read the introduction first before the paraphrase, because the paraphrase is a bit longer than the introduction, so I'm going to have to say that. So the introduction is Corey Ten Boom, 1992 to 1983. I think it's the opposite, but you know what I mean. Is considered a hero of the Christian faith. She or her family risked their lives to save the estimate of 800 Jews and refugees from the German castle during the Nazi occupation of the Netherlands in World War II. Corey began her adult life working as a father's clock shop, was involved with the underground resistance movement during the war that eventually led her imprisonment in Ravensbrück, German concentration camp for women. Corey's classic work, The Hiding Place, was a testament to her faith and inspired millions of readers around the world, and visitors of Herman, Netherlands, cannot visit her tour in Ten Boom's home, also known as Beige, in the 60s Dutch-styled house, which was in Dorm scattered generations of the Ten Boom family. Beige featured an actual hiding place, family photos, artificials in World War II. To learn more and visit websites for the Corey Ten Boom House Museum at. I won't tell you the stuff as linked and all that, but in this paraphrase, sorry. I'm gonna read that in a second, but this book has like old timey stuff years ago of the actual house, the big hole they covered up. It has so different pictures in here that you guys would see along the journey, because we're gonna be reading the whole thing, but not today. We're just reading the boldface, and the introduction. So we're not reading the whole book today. That means I have to drink lots of water, and I don't want you to take breaks and peeing, which is not good. Probably we'll read the back probably tomorrow, so you guys can learn a little bit more about the book. But it is an actual engaging, unusual journey, and it's also illustrated by 3 different authors of this book. So yeah. Let's go ahead and read the boldface before my mom literally interrupts me during this time. So let's get started first and hopefully get it done before she's done. And it's only over the front and it ends with my embrace. So hope we have time to read all that. Okay, here we go. The paraphrase of Elizabeth Shariel. Maybe how you say it. These 50 years since the completion of the hiding place have been unimaginable change. Who, 1971, could foresee the world connected by cell phones or Google? Our questions answered. Who could have engaged being socially distanced between our mask and a global community? I don't know, that's how you say it. Just taking a guess. In any individual life, 250 years means consistent change. In my cause, for example, 1971. We are teenagers at home today. I text Oregon, Florida, in Georgia for news of my great grandchildren. They've been lost. Corey's death in 1983 was his 91st birthday. The death of my beloved husband was 70 years, and they have been moved, and we left our house in Stillburn, New York, for the apartment in Massachusetts. Today, we live in a retirement community. Aid of all the changes and the wisdom Corey gained, the critical correction camps remain true. And through the anticipations and the moving of all my own life, I carry my 3 gifts she given me because that's likely to the wisdom. The first old brass kennel, which is a picture of it right here, is so old, but it's engraved in this paper, which I think is really cool. The kennel speaks to me about opportunities. Corey's sister, Betsy, was on her way to meet a market, and when she got caught sight of it. In distant and shot and dressed in a pail of old bicycle tires, and she brought it with neat money. Sister cried, Corey, when Bessie arrived home with a prize, what we're going to do with it, the old thing, and we're not even to hold water. Is it made to hold water? Answered Bessie. Well, what is it for then? It's not because of anything. Oh, Corey, wait until I get groomed off and polished it well. Can't you see in the morning sun glowing out the sprout? And degrowth as a vegetable and Stan giving me special price and pursuance. And Bessie added hastily because Corey had accounted for the family and little watch shop never took much money. Oh, Corey, this kennel will go on shining long after we've forgotten what we had done for dinner tonight. And so it did. Not only for Father and Bessie and Corey, but hundreds daring of the Nazi terror found a shelter in their home. None of Corey's been returned alone from the concentration camp when her father Bessie and where Father and Bessie had died. Is a generous piece of home between Corey's tireless shreds of Russian, African, and vitamin. It shines for me today, telling me what feeds the soul matters much as we feed the body. The second gift of Corey gives me the triangular wooden frame, 6-inch by 7-inch, along with a carved golden banner. The frame piece of yellow cloth in a shape of 6-point stars. Across the stars, the black letter jeweled. And the depth. This is the Dutch word for Jew during the German occupation in Jew Holland, requires Dutch watch a star snitching into their clothes. And there's a picture of that on this side right here. It's so old and tiny, which is really cool to see. When I was working with Corey on the story of her life, she looked at meeting a number of people with her father and Bessie was so willing to give her life at the home. By the 10 booms, and during the day, person and Mary's name could mean death, and it slipped while to court he and court residents about the secret room. Dancing behind the wheel of bedroom, you take your pipes when you can run there. You see, Corey reminded them of recalling practice drills and holding them against potential raids in the gas stove. The you will forget a tragedy and come in running after with that. And across the room, a messy, unique sideboard, and from the bottom drawer, there beneath a pile of table lean, under out scrap and yellow cloth the shape of a star. All these years, I wondered why I have seen these things. He said, "No, I know I was given to you, Corey. Corey picked up the frame of the Easter Star and that afternoon for a year to hang on the wall and hang now mine, a symbol with a bittersweet as a cross to the star is saying whatever our life is honest to bear, a love can transfer into beauty. The third Corey's gift to me is the smallest but perhaps most precious. A small round frame, inch to diameter. It holds a piece of cloth, ordinary cotton, and a kind underwear is made of. In fact, it's underwear for goodness and discussion. Corey, Ray, and Gausa Raff came when she had father and Bessie were hustled to prison. Here's the second image, and it's so cool to see in this book, and we're at the end, so let's wrap this up. Jews were in their home at the time of the raid, including UC and the Australian got safe into the secret room, but Corey sensed a solitary confinement there where, as weeks went by in illness and tried their courage, someone had snuggled needle to her, but without a thread, without a material sew on, and used a needle. She remained at the sketchboard and unraveling the hymn, and she worked 3 lengths of thread, and now, and almost in the house, people could see it in border and skirt, design and frame of flower, a graceful hymn, and 6 light leaves. Yeah, looking close to the flower and the thread, of course, the same color as the cloth underwear, even a dear friend. Well, it is mostly the cost of the things Corey gave me, but it's one of those speak clearly in a time of isolation, utterly utter in the future. The circle of white cotton tells me that we are not alone, and we are powerless when we see nothing left in the world we cannot be sure of. That's why God says, look closer, my provision enfolds you like a garment. You are unwrapped forever in my embrace. That's a wrap on the introduction and paraphrase of The Hiding Place. Hopefully by tomorrow we will get started on the first chapter, and I won't tell you the title of that chapter 1, but all I know is you guys will enjoy this little reading plan that I'm going to follow along. It's going to take a little bit longer than usual. And next 2 weeks, I won't be recording as much videos as I like, which I'm bringing you guys along for the few things. I'm cautious on what I'm going to be putting on my channel in the next past 2 weeks. And I'm going to bring you guys along for the packing and traveling and, of course, being in an airplane. But we finally get in a little bit of stuff on the cruise ship, and not all the stuff. I'm very cautious on what I put on my channel. So yeah, I'm just gonna bring you guys along for those for YouTube shorts, but I won't record as much as I like in these 2 weeks. I'll be back for the 3rd week, the ending of September, but it's okay. It is what it is. So I'm excited. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you back here again later for the lyrical dance lesson. That'll be the 3rd and final thing of YouTube today. So